2 months ago, Thor was one of the most popular node projects out there. Since then, it's been getting spanked. Is it still possible to make money with Thor in 2022? In this video, we're going to talk about the Thor price and why it's been getting hammered. We're also going to talk about my Thor strategy for 2022. In case you are new here, my name is Jason and I'm on a mission to make $5,000 a month in passive income by the end of May. The reason is I've got twins on the way with a toddler here and I need some extra money so I can pay for daycare. Plus, it's a lot of fun learning about the crypto space and who doesn't want to make passive income. If you get a little bit of value out of this video, please hit that like button. It goes a really long way to sharing this information with others. And if you want to follow my journey or like this type of content, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with the price of Thor. What the heck happened? There are a few things at play here. A little while back, they went through a rewards change. They had this really aggressive reward structure that people were really excited about at the beginning, but it wasn't sustainable. It was going to be way too inflationary and it was going to be really hard for them to maintain and be able to pay out all those rewards. So they tapered it off and they went for a more conservative structure. Some people are upset about this, but people that understood the DeFi space were largely in favor of it because they realized that it was going to be more sustainable for the long term. The second thing that happened was that people had started to earn back their initial investment in Thor. This was part of the initial reward structure being more aggressive and people just being in the project long enough. Once they were in the project for 1 or 2 months, they had made their money back and they wanted to de-risk, so they sold off. When they sell off, that drives the price down. And going back to the rewards changes, some people thought that was less attractive now, so they sold off as well. So we have all these things starting to drive the price down. And this follows somewhat of a similar pattern that we've seen with a lot of these node projects, where at the beginning, there's a lot of hype, people are all buzzed up, and it's really just the early adopters that get in before the price of the token goes up too much that are able to make good profits before selling off near the top and watching the price go down from there where everyone else is left holding the bag. The last piece of this that's pretty undeniable is that the start of 2022 has been a pretty rough year. There's been a lot of turmoil in the financial markets with inflation and Fed rates being talked about. And of course, there's this war in Ukraine that, besides just being a horrific humanitarian crisis, it's wreaking havoc on the global economy. A lot of investors are scared about the implications of what this war will mean, and so they are de-risking and they are taking some of their money out of the market. And that is across not just stocks, but the crypto space as well. So you have the rewards changes, you have the fact that people had already earned their money back, and you have these macro impacts, and you have a recipe for the Thor price going down. All right, let's talk about the two main strategies that are available to us with Thor this year. The first is buying a node. And by now, most of us know that when we are buying a node, we're not actually buying a node in the traditional cryptocurrency sense or blockchain sense. We are just buying a stake in this project, and when we give them that money or we give them that investment, they're going to give us interest in return. The second option is staking in their liquidity pool. With both the node option and the liquidity pool option, you are going to be exposed to something called impermanent loss. If you need a primer or some understanding on that, I will leave a link right here so you can check that out. I made a video trying to break it down really simply. But really what it means is that you're planning to lock your money up with them and you might not get your return back because the price of Thor is going to change. That's really important to remember because any APR, APY that you're quoted is only as good as the price staying exactly the same when you buy your initial investment. All right, let's talk about buying a node. For this case, we're only gonna talk about either buying a Thor node or an Odin node. Right now, you buy one of those nodes and then in return, you get a certain amount of Thor every single day. Now, when you buy those nodes, you give them your money and you don't get that money back, right? So that is a sunk cost. The APR on a Thor node is about 420% on the year. And on an Odin node, their most expensive one, is about 475% on the year. But your true APR is not as high as that because you have to back out your original investment. So when you back out your original investment from that calculation, your APR on a Thor node is about 320%, and on an Odin node, it's about 375%. Again, these are not returns to sneeze at. This is really awesome. And if you can get that on a sustainable basis and make 300% on your investment every year, you're going to beat the market in a lot of ways. You're going to be pretty happy with that. But that assumes that the token doesn't come down too much. Yeah, the tokens come down a lot. Your other option is staking in their liquidity pool. They have a Thor AVAX liquidity pool. And right now, that's returning about 290%, 285% APR. About 100% less than you could potentially get if you had an Odin node. However, a very key difference here is that you don't lose that money. So you invest that money into their staking pool, and every time there's a transaction with Thor, you get a tiny, tiny piece of that. And that's where the APR comes from. That's where your revenue, your interest comes from. However, if you want to cash that out or you want to take your liquidity out of there at any time, you can do that. No problems, no taxes, no questions asked. So this concept of your return on investment period, or once you made your initial investment back, That doesn't exist because you already have your initial investment. You can take out your total accumulated liquidity pool tokens whenever you'd like, and then you can sell your Thor and your AVAX, no problem. It's also a bit of a hedge on the Thor token price because instead of just having all of your investment in a Thor node using Thor tokens, you're taking your capital and you're splitting it 50-50 between Thor and AVAX. So if AVAX does well, that might hedge against the Thor price going down. So for now, staking is definitely going to be a lower yield than nodes. However, you get a lot more optionality. You have a lot more flexibility with your investment because you can take it out at any point in time. It's the optionality for me, man, especially in this market with this type of volatility. I want to have that option to take my money out whenever I can. And so if you're going to give me somewhat similar returns on a risk-adjusted basis, I'm going to go with the staking option, for now at least. So my strategy for now is going to be to compound my rewards that I'm getting from my one node that I have, as well as from my investment in the liquidity pool, and compound those into liquidity pool some more and continue to earn some yield there. And along the way, I'll probably cash some out so that I can de-risk myself a little bit. But boy, I got a long way to go till I get my money back. If you think that's a dumb idea, let me know. I'm certainly open to other ideas. But when I did a little bit of analysis, I took a step back, this seemed like the best option in front of me. If you smiled during this video at all, or you learned something, or you just got a little bit of entertainment value, go ahead and hit that like button. Or if you thought this video sucked, or you think that I'm an idiot, or there's something else that I need to do differently, let me know. It's your feedback that's been super helpful for me so far. If you made it this far, it means you're probably into this type of content. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I swear, you're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be good for you. And we all want what's good for us. Happy learning and happy earning. I'll see you in the next one. Man, I ate too much ice cream tonight. Oh, jeez. Cookies and cream, it's the GOAT, so good. Pro tip, put some mini Oreos in there and you can have as many of the cookies in the cookies and cream as you want. All right, I'm out of here.